The WWE King and Queen of the Ring tournament is currently underway, and I think this may be one of the most unpredictable tournaments in terms of who is going to head on over to SummerSlam and get a title shot. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, and today I'm going to be breaking down the scenarios of what can go down in this King and Queen of the Ring tournament and which ones I think we're going to end up seeing play out. Now, I'm going to warn you right now. I think that this is one of the hardest ones that I've ever had to make a decision on because I feel like we can go in multiple directions, especially with the women and hell, even a little bit with the men this time. But let's go ahead and jump right in. I want to kick things off with the Queen of the Ring tournament. As of this video, we are down to the final four, one of which still has to compete on Monday Night Raw until we find out who is going into the final fourth spot. On the left side, we have Roxanne Perez and Jade Cargill. On the right side, we have Alexa Bliss and still a known person. It could be Asuka, Stephanie, Raquel, or Ivy. Now, I'm going to start off by saying that this one is the hardest one because even just looking at Roxanne Perez versus Jade Cargill, that is a matchup that I didn't think we were going to get, which is very, very cool because right now we're getting so many new women on the roster. Roxanne being one of them, Stephanie being another one, Julia being another one. Like there are so many new women like on the main roster that we're starting to get all of these fresh matchups. And even Jade Cargill has been with the company, on the main roster a little bit longer, but even then, there are still so many people that she hasn't worked with. So there are a lot of fresh matchups. And so far, even the fatal four-way matches that we've been getting, I've been a fan of all of those matches that we've seen so far. So even just seeing Roxanne versus Jade is going to be very, very interesting because I feel like Roxanne is going to be going like 100 miles per hour. Jade Cargill is going to be trying to catch her and calm her down. So it's going to be two totally different skill sets that we see with Jade and with Roxanne. Then over on the right side with Alexa Bliss gets a hell of a reaction, guys. Like Alexa Bliss has always been popular, but I almost feel like when she came back, she's even more popular than ever. I will never forget being in the Intuit Dome for Money in the Bank. And when Alexa came out, I kept saying this, I'll say this again. She had one of the coolest entrants that I've seen the entire night in that specific building. And then also just like fans were going crazy. Like they really missed Alexa. And I think Alexa is one of those girls that I don't think she's lost her cool factor. Like you look at Alexa, she's got the really cool pigtails, she's got the cool makeup, the cool little pink highlights, the great gear. And that really resonates with a lot of fans on top of the fact that, they like her in the ring, they like her personality. So she really has a hardcore fan base. Hey, sign me up for that Alexa Bliss fan base, man. Anyway, so you got Alexa. Now, here's a tough one. Asuka is returning. She has been gone for quite a while. And so she's going to make her return in this fatal four-way match. And you also have Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer is super, super popular right now. I was just at Worlds Collide, and dude, everybody was like, Stephanie, I love you. Like they were going crazy for her, right? And she's also just, it's not just obviously because she's a gorgeous gal to look at, but she's also, very, very talented in the ring. So it's one of those things where she's kind of the total package, right? But then Asuka just came back. It would kind of suck if Asuka was out of this tournament right away. So who do we go with? The super popular Stephanie Vaquer or Asuka, who's also popular and also returning, and we haven't seen her in a long time. Who takes this match? Here's the thing. You can tell a story of like, oh, maybe Asuka, she hasn't been in the ring in a while. So, hey, if she loses, maybe it's because she hasn't been in the ring for a second. They can kind of go that direction to kind of protect Asuka a little bit. Or if she just wins, then she's just, the winner. She's a former multi-time champion. So she has all of these accolades to back her up. And Stephanie Vaquer, she's still, on the newer side in WWE. So maybe they can do like a ring veteran type of story to explain why Stephanie would lose. So I don't really know what the outcome is going to be here. I would kind of feel bad if Asuka lost this match, but at the same time, Stephanie Vaquer is so hot right now, and I don't want them to drop the ball on her. But I also think that Stephanie, oh my God, I don't even know where to go. I'm already stuck on this one already. But in between Asuka and Stephanie, it could be Asuka versus Alexa or Stephanie versus Alexa. Think about that, guys. That would be so crazy. So, you know what? I'm gonna have to go with Stephanie to continue on in that fatal four-way. Oh, I'm so sorry, Asuka. I love you too, but I'm gonna have to go with Stephanie. So my prediction is Alexa versus Stephanie, which is gonna be like hella hard to like even pick between those two girls right now. But I think that if we get Roxanne Perez versus Jade Cargill, I think Jade Cargill will win on that side of things. And the only reason I think Jade is gonna win the match against Roxanne Perez is that I see the role of being a queen fitting much more in with Jade Cargill than I do with Roxanne. Like Roxanne doesn't need to be queen. I mean, sure, it would be hella cute seeing her walk around with that crown, but I just don't think she needs that. Right now, she's kind of got stuff going on with Liv Morgan, so she can be dealing with that. I won't be surprised if Liv Morgan somehow gets involved in this or whatever, right? So I do think Jade Cargill will be defeating Roxanne Perez. Then if we have Alexa Bliss versus Stephanie Vaquer, oh my God, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna have to go with, I'm good with whoever wins. This is the thing I should have said before I started making predictions. That when it comes to the women's Queen of the Ring, I'm good with anything. Whatever happens, I'm good with. But I guess I'll go with Stephanie Vaquer to make it all the way through. But here's the thing, though. If at the end we get Jade Cargill versus Stephanie Vaquer, I'm still expecting my pick to win this is Jade Cargill. I think Jade Cargill is taking this all the way. But if Stephanie Vaquer makes it to the finals, I think the fans are going to be rooting more so for Stephanie than they will for Jade. I don't know. That's just my assumption. Now, Jade's also popular too, but I just don't know. So I guess I'll go with Jade Cargill versus Stephanie at the end of this whole tournament. And I do think Jade Cargill is taking the victory. I think she's going to look amazing as Queen of the Ring. Jade already has such a aura when she comes out, and she's got this great physique, this great gear, and she's gonna be, I could just see her already like with her pose that she does and wearing the crown. And so I do think Jade is going to go ahead and take this. Now, one of the things that I mentioned on my SmackDown podcast and also my Evolution podcast was when I did my Evolution podcast, we still didn't know the details or anything about Queen of the Ring. We didn't have any of that information out there yet. So, but I did say that I was expecting to see either Bianca or Jade go up against Tiffany Stratton with Naomi cashing in on whomever at Evolution. So I thought that was going to happen at Evolution, the cash in. Now I'm thinking there's a possibility it happens all the way until SummerSlam, because if Jade Cargill wins this tournament, she gets a title shot against Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam. And who has the money in the bank? Who has been feuding with Jade Cargill? My friends, it's Naomi. So Naomi could kind of ruin Jade Cargill's opportunity at SummerSlam. I don't know. But either way, I am going to go with Jade Cargill because she fits. Like, she would do great as the queen. I think it would be a new layer to her character and kind of what she's been up to. It'll give her just something a little extra right now to work with. And then also there's that, whole play into it with Naomi. So I'm going to go with Jade Cargill. Who is your prediction for the women's Queen of the Ring? Go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. And since we're already making predictions, chances are you might want to place a bet on pro wrestling. So let me tell you about my brand new sponsor, my bookie. This week, you've got a platter of bets to feast on: NHL finals, NBA finals, and UFC fight night. But nobody gives you more ways to win than my bookie. Thunder versus Pacers for their first ever NBA title, championship stakes, real money on the line. This isn't just a weekend of games, it's a weekend to grow your bankroll. Whether it's game 5 player props, live betting on that third quarter run, you can bet it all. And this is why I roll with my bookie. Better odds, early cash outs, live betting, 24/7 casino. This book works for you, not the other way around. Make sure to sign up with my code, Denise. Just deposit $50 and you'll get $25 free added to your balance. Go in with $100 and they'll match you with $50 extra. I already did this because I did this for WWE Money in the Bank, and your girl made some extra cash. You can also do this for Night of Champions. Also, the NBA, UFC, NHL, all the action, all the odds, all at my bookie. Now let's press on with the King of the Ring. So, I don't know if this one is considered easy to predict or not easy to predict. So, let's take a look at this bracket. You have Sami Zayn, who has advanced in what was a kick-ass match on Monday Night Raw. You had Randy Orton also advance on SmackDown. So we're going to see Sami Zayn versus Randy. Can't wait for that. On the right side, I think we all pretty much knew Cody Rhodes was advancing in his fatal four-way. Then here's a surprising turn of events. On the bottom right side, you have Sheamus, Rusev, Bronson Reed, and Jey Uso. Jey Uso, who unexpectedly just lost his championship against Gunther. I did not see that coming. But, anyways, he is now in the King of the Ring. So, I originally thought Bronson Reed was going to be the one to advance in this tournament. He still may be the one. Who knows? Maybe Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker might try to screw Jey Uso out of this. It could happen. He could get screwed out of winning, and Bronson could press on. So even though people think Jey Uso might be the one advancing, I'm going to have to stick with my original prediction of Bronson Reed, because whoever wins this is going to go on to face Cody Rhodes. And I think that having this babyface versus a heel with Cody and Bronson might be a little bit more appealing. I don't know. But then again, people are going to be wanting to see Cody and Jay too. But I'm going to stick with Cody Rhodes and Bronson Reed. So we'll stick with that. Then over on the left side, Sami Zayn and Orton. So because I am sticking with Cody Rhodes, I was originally thinking that we were going to see Sami Zayn and Jey Uso in the finals. That's where I was as of this Friday. But I started to think to myself, don't overthink it, Denise. You know Cody Rhodes has got to get his hands on John Cena once again. So I think I'm going to stick with the predictable prediction of Cody Rhodes. So I'm going to have Cody Rhodes make it to the finals. And then that means I'm going to have Randy take it to the finals as well. And we'll get this Cody Randy match that we've known has been coming for a while here at Night of Champions. So the only reason I was torn with this was because I did feel that we could get Cody versus Randy and tell an entirely different story versus this just being Night of a Champions match up. But I do think that there is that possibility it could be Sammy versus Jay. Sammy has never won a world title. He's not been a WWE World Heavyweight Champion or any of that. So it would be cool to see him take it all the way. But I do think that this is how WWE might choose to get back to Cody Rhodes versus John Cena over at SummerSlam. Now, I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm not that confident in this prediction. So don't laugh at me if this prediction does not come true. I'm only half confident. Now, if it comes true, then yay, I'll brag about it, woo woo. But I am a little bit conflicted because I could see this being Sammy and Jay, with Sammy winning this and this going into Sammy versus Gunther, and maybe Sammy defeating Gunther at SummerSlam. And Sammy has defeated him before for the Intercontinental Championship, so he could defeat him once again. Guys, this one was hard for me. I struggled. Okay, I'm not Nostradamus. Okay, I'm not Denise Stradamus. So let's see what happens, how it plays out. Either way, I kind of like that there's a little bit more mystery surrounding this King and Queen of the Ring tournament. I feel like they could go multiple directions. So I guess at the end of the day, not too shabby. But let me know in the comment section below who your picks are for both tournaments. If you enjoyed this video and you want to continue seeing daily pro wrestling content, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And if you want to see another video, feel free to check this one out right here because this is the one that YouTube thinks you're specifically going to like based on the videos you've already watched. All right, bye everyone. Catch you on the next one.